There are 8 game modes in TDS, all with the strongest, biggest, and most deadly bosses. And that's me, a little boy compared to some of the bosses. But I will try to beat every single mode, alone. So we better get started from easiest to hardest. Base game modes were really easy, getting world record times for easy and molten. Intermediate took a couple attempts, but we still killed patient 0. And fallen, easier than intermediate for me, getting 14 minutes, 1 minute shorter than intermediate. Yeah, TDS mode balancing is really bad. Or I'm just bad. Before starting a match, I saw how other people soloed Pizza Party, so I could have an idea of what to do, instead of jumping in clueless. Anyways, I did 2 attempts. The first attempt was really bad, although my early game was flawless because of my brawlers. I died at wave 21 to some monkeys. Attempt number 2. Same thing, my brawlers were goated, except I didn't die at wave 21 and I killed every single enemy in the wave, with a little help. The next wave shotgunner appeared. He's a real tanky fella, even though it says no stun. I still stunned him! I got a mortar on wave 25 since balloons are a very big threat. Even though engineers can detect flying enemies, it wasn't as reliable as mortar. Yeah, my mortars absolutely obliterated them. I killed the commander easily on wave 30. Shotgunners always seem like they are gonna make it out of my range, and they don't even manage to. The warden got sent back to Minecraft, but now it's wave 36. It's a really scary wave, so I used 2 of my flags to make sure I make it past this wave, and that I did, making it all the way to wave 40 with this furry dude. I quickly used all my flags, and somehow my fire rate flag ended up all the way there. Look at my mouse cursor, I ain't even place it there, but I carried on anyway since it did reach all my engineers. Also, there's these minigunners which have the ability to stun, which is annoying. I killed all of them minigunners, and now I am 100% focused on this dude. I thought the barricade would help. But seriously, I was shredding him, but it was just a matter of time until he made it past my engineer's range. So I started selling and replacing slowly, and I won.
Too easy. Too easy.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like that for the next game mode. Like I did for Pizza Party, I saw how other people did it and started my first attempt. The strategy for this attempt, and every single one of them, is to place 12 level 2 cowboys, upgrade it to level 4, max a few, use commanders, and eventually place your DPS towers, which were for me, Accelerator, Pursuit, and Ranger. Also, consumables were a major part. Anyways, I followed that strategy, except for the 12 level 2 cowboy part, I only placed 11. I don't really know why. And I died at wave 21. The reason was mostly my placement. Like, look at mine and look at his, big difference. Attempt 2, I placed 12 level 2 cowboys. Followed his placement and everything else exactly. I'm sure I'm gonna...
How am I supposed to make it past wave 21? I don't really know, man.
Yeah, I actually didn't know, so I watched the video again and got back to work. But this time, for wave 21, I used a UAV, which gives my towers a range buff for a short period. And because of that, I barely made it past wave 21. Then I died, but another attempt we go. We died at wave 21. Again, I wonder how many times this is gonna happen.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Wait, I actually didn't die this time? Anyways, I started placing accelerators to prepare for the tank, since the tank is a big fat fellow. Now at wave 30, I killed the first tank, and used a fire rate flag on the other 2, since it was too risky not to.
This doesn't look like your normal
Yeah, I definitely had to use a consumable for this wave, but that was all I did for that day. Since I've been playing that for 2 whole hours, I went to sleep. The next day, with my first attempt, I made it to wave 32, then died again, since I didn't use consumables again. So for the next attempt, I used a UAV, and it got me past wave 32 decently, and I easily destroyed every wave. Until wave 35, I used a damage flag since the warden spawned. By the way, the warden has a laser beam ability, where it stuns my towers, but you could test your luck by placing a tower beside it to bait it. Well, for this run, I kind of forgot about that, and I died. The only problem I had here, like I said, I forgot to stun bait the warden. So for the next attempt, I won't forget, and I will use both flags this time. And they all got absolutely trolled. Then they trolled me. Since I didn't stun bait them well enough, I died. So on the next attempt, I easily got past wave 30. Not very easily on wave 32, saying I was on a hole. 5 HP? For wave 35, I didn't stun bait 2 wardens for their first laser. I was kinda late. And I was even more late in using my consumables. And for the second laser, I didn't stun bait them at all. They literally both swiped my DPS, which led to my death.
Gosh, I can't. Bro, like I can't make it past wave 35. It's impossible for me. These wardens are so hard to stun bait. I just have to study where they go. Am I really gonna study all of that?
So I studied the video on how he got past wave 35. What he did is, he sold some specific cowboys to stun bait them, all in a particular area for the first and second stun. So I noted down where he placed each stun bait and tried again for another 2 hours. And the result of these 2 hours is I died on wave 36 3 times and wave 35 once. I gave up. I had so many attempts on hours of gameplay with not one wave 40. So I slept and did Polluted Wastelands 2 the next day. As always, I searched for some solo triumphs to take inspiration from, and the first thing I saw was the first and second ever triumphs. No third ever, so it may be a little hard. I watched Ryan's video and made a pretty cool document and started. In my document, it says to place 12 level 2 cowboys, use commanders, follow his placement, max some cowboys, place some DPS, and pray. Anyways, I followed the strategy step by step for 3 attempts, and on my first attempt, I somehow died to an amalgamation from wave 23. This is not gonna happen for the next 2 attempts, right? I used all my flags, how'd I die? I gave up very quickly since I know it's too hard, but the next mode is more painful than anything. Solo hardcore has been possible for quite a while now, but still is a huge challenge. Well, not really, but it is still one of the greatest achievements you can have in TDS. Like winning hardcore solo with a freezer is crazy. Anyways, I watched TDS Commando's video on solo hardcore with a whole Google Doc strategy. This means I don't have to waste an hour of my life making my own document. So I followed the strategy's loadout, which was Brawler for the early defense, Cryomancer to stun, Mercenary Base for some damage buff and some extra DPS, Engineer for the insane DPS, and Accelerator for some even more DPS. The strategy here is to place a Brawler for early defense, an Engineer to deal with these annoying balloons, and eventually max Engineers to deal with everything. And then with like 2 waves left from wave 50, you place accelerators and mercenary bases. Yeah, that may seem simple, but I just summarized it. A lot! Anyways, I followed that strategy, placing Brawlers, Engineers, and Cryomancers. Also, there's this Fallen Titan at wave 31, a very tanky fellow, whose stun system is kinda bad, but Engineers still got him good. Also, I killed this big fat $40,000 money bag, and this 70,001. We reached wave 47 with the Fallen Swordmaster and killed him, wave 48 with the Fallen King and also killed him. Now at wave 50, you have to make sure you kill the Vindicators because they are tanking a lot of damage. And while doing that, you have to sell and replace Cryomancers, replace Brawlers, and use the Mercenary Base ability. And also make sure Purple Boy summons a couple times. And he summoned 4 times, which is just crazy luck, but somehow I still lost even with 4 summons. Attempt 2. We breezed through every wave, getting my infinite money source for wave 36, wave 44, wave 47, and wave 48. But when we reached wave 50, this fat purple dude did not summon once. He killed every single unit I had and stunned every single chance he got. Attempt 3, this dude summoned 4 times, and I somehow lost. I was losing hope, I was getting lucky, and still losing. But I went for another attempt anyway, and he summoned 5 times total. That must be the world record, right?
You guys can hear my
Probably, but I somehow still lost. Attempt 5, he summoned 4 times, for like the 3rd time now, and I still lost.
Oh my goodness gracious. I cannot do it. I've been doing this the whole flipping day. Oh my goodness gracious. We're back with another run. Let's go.
For attempt 6, this guy summoned 3 times, in the most useless areas.
Oh, you summoned. What a nice guy. Top 10 respects of football, man. Thanks for summoning after stomping and void slamming 176 times.
I guess he didn't like what I said. I felt hopeless. Even with the best RNG, I still lose. So I went to sleep. But I was plotting something for the next day. I woke up from my deep sleep and decided to live stream me trying to beat hardcore. But what they didn't know, this was for a video. And what I didn't know is that I would be live doing this for 8 hours. Anyways, for the first attempt of the stream, he summoned 3 times and I got him to a staggering 50,000 health. which is decent for my first run of the day. And for the next attempt, he summoned 3 times again, but I still lost. But I never gave up, doing another run. This run was my personal best out of the 9 total attempts so far, getting him to 40k health with only 2 summons. This motivated me to keep pushing. If I got him that low with only 2 summons, I'll eventually kill him. So for my 10th total attempt so far, he did not summon once. And I was low-key feeling a little tired, saying, it's been like 6 hours. So I took a short little break. For my first attempt after my break, I forgot to start recording when the Void Reaver spawned because I was so locked in, and only started recording during his Death Wish ability at 240k health. So you're gonna have to stick with this silly quality for now. I placed accelerators in the wrong spot. This was the one time this happened out of every run.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna replace these accelerators over here.
I started placing cryomancers, then he summoned.
Summon. Yes. Thank you. Hey, what did you do?
It void slammed half my accelerator.
Lost. Summon again. Thank you. Oh, that's not good. I don't really appreciate that.
I got him to rage mode early, but then...
Nah, that's outrageous, guys. Uncooked. Summon. Death Wish summon, please.
That ability didn't affect me that much, so I still had a chance.
Should I start microwing right now? Well, I don't really know how to micro. I'm not really good. Wait, he summoned. Guys, how do I micro? I'm cooked. Is he cooked or do I need to micro? I don't know how to micro, guys. He's cooked. He's cooked. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Die, 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 die. No, no, no. Yes! Gets in, gets in. I'm the best, I'm the best. This game's too easy. I never lost one match. This game is too easy. Peace out. I'm saving that recording. This game's too easy. Okay guys, I'm done with this game. Finally done.
After 8 hours, I beat hardcore. Here's the list of modes I didn't beat and the modes I did beat. But since you made it till here, please consider subscribing. It took me like 3 weeks for this video. I want to shout out my members, David and Roach. Thank you so much. I know I didn't win all of the modes, but it is what it is.